So I said something kind of controversial on in the sermon yesterday, and
What was
I
it?
think what it was.
I don't know either.
it
No?
was
No.
the fact that Michael Keaton is Batman.
Oh my gosh! Oh.
Oh man, I was afraid it was
I don't
something
know if you
actually
were-
like
I don't
serious.
know if you
That
in
is
your
controversial.
mind this was happening, but in my perspective, we were locked eyes.
No,
I didn't think it was.
no.
But in my mind, you looked right at me and said, Michael Keaton is the best. Or no, he said the only Batman.
Yeah,
is
Wow.
how you
the other
phrased it.
guys, the guys that have come since are posers.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh, man. Yeah.
Oh.
I looked at everybody I knew in that room and said, nope.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I had the room with that one personally. I mean, there were more with me than against me.
I don't really care.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Some churches, divide themselves over political things. We divide ourselves over Batman.
Oh man. And
Trying
I'm
to
sure we're
decide if
divided.
That's a good thing.
I
Yeah.
think it's a good
I think
thing.
it's a good thing.
It's the right dividing line, I feel.
I wholeheartedly agree. Oh man. Shoot.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So there you go. That was a good time.
I'm nervous for the next movie. But
I'm gonna level with you. I haven't watched the last movie.
Yeah.
You won't like it.
I watched,
I
I
can't-
watched
you-
The Dark Knight
I
and
can't
then
get
after
behind
Like it.
Robert Patton, man.
listen. He started out as a vampire, and it took him a while to fully transform into a bat.
I guess it did. I don't know. I don't know.
He's
I
just-
mean, I've heard good things, but not enough good things to outweigh everything I think about the Twilight Saga.
well, I've never seen the Twilight Saga on purpose. So that helped me a little bit. It's essentially if Kurt Cobain was Batman, that is this movie.
No, because that would work.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
So literally, because I think he played Kurt Cobain in a movie or something, or like a guy who was modeled after
I
and
don't
looked
know.
like
Don't
him.
ask me.
So the director was like, "That's who I want
I'm
for
pretty,
Batman."
pretty sure the last Robert Pattinson movie I saw was Twilight.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Wait, is Robert Patton one of the? Is he the?
He's Batman.
he's the newest. Have you not seen the movie either?
No, I haven't.
It's 3 hours. It
Robert
is a
Patton is
commitment.
in Twilight, right? He's not.
He's
Is
like
he the director also?
uh,
Is that what you mean? Or you're
No.
saying a Robert Patton movie, like a movie that he's in?
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't speak directors. I don't know.
I don't either.
care. Do
Yeah.
they really exist?
I guess they have to, maybe, but
Yeah.
not to us.
Yeah.
I don't know the difference between a director and a writer sometimes.
Or a producer.
Yeah. Well, a producer makes the cool things, I think.
So what's a director do?
So,
Tells that.
so if you know this,
I don't know.
hit us up in the
Yeah, hit
comments
us
and
up
let
in the
us know what
comments.
the
Let
difference.
Let me know
is.
how
apparently
wrong I am, because I know that there's some people
Yeah.
who are going to watch or listen to this who are going to be like, "No, directors are the best thing ever." M. Night Shyamalan.
You know what? They probably do matter, but
Yeah.
But anyways,
So I'd love to hear it.
Anyways,
you can tell a M Night Shyamalan movie a mile away.
Batman, the
Can
newest
you?
Batman is Kurt Cobain. Like literally, they vocalized that they modeled the Bruce Wayne after Kurt Cobain,
I don't know how I feel
Cobain.
about that.
and so
Yeah.
I think it works.
I don't know. Everybody
And it's-
didn't like Ben Affleck Batman.
So
So
is
I
it-
actually thought it worked.
So it's Robert Patton
Yeah, you
pretending
would.
to be
yeah,
Kurt Cobain,
So-
pretending to be Batman.
yeah,
You talk about
yeah.
the era you grew up in. and
Yeah.
obviously, I grew up in a very different era.
A very different era.
right.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about that, but
Uh-huh.
my Batman that I grew up with
My Batman.
was the video games more than
Yeah,
anything,
sure.
and some of the comics too.
on like PlayStation.
Yeah, like the Arkham games where
Yes,
Batman is going
Sure.
through, and the Dark Knight movies.
Yeah.
And so
Which the Dark Knight movies are great. Like I'm not
yeah.
anti.
No, I hear that.
Yeah, like
but you don't believe it's the true Batman.
no, the real I mean, I was 6 years old in 1989.
Yeah.
That will always be my Batman.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like that's it. And to save Robert Patton, man, they had to bring him back.
Patton's son. He's
That's
the
what
son
I said.
of the man.
Robert Patton, man.
Okay.
I can't call him Batman. They had to
Well, 'cause
bring
Michael
back
Keaton's
the real
Batman.
Patton. Okay. All right. I'm tracking now.
Yeah. So there you
What
go.
did we title this episode?
So Dyson is making headphones.
dude,
Yeah, that was not who I thought it would have been.
this
What you
is the
said earlier,
second
yeah.
iteration.
Okay,
let's be honest.
I missed the first one.
So the first one
They're
made
hyper
sense.
expensive.
The first one made sense.
Weird.
Yeah.
But in the in the way that it didn't make sense. The first set of headphones was a set of headphones
Yeah.
with air pumps. Okay.
All the
with
jokes.
with this, yes. Okay. So it literally had like
wish I had a picture.
mouth guard.
What?
Oh,
I wish I had a
look up
picture we could show.
You
It
have
had a
Google?
mouth guard?
But I
Yeah,
can't.
so it's got this like piece that clips on or like magnetizes onto the front, goes over to the front and blows air through your face. And so the goal of that
Or
that
KY?
is it is a working set of headphones that if you're working like in a third world country or like in bad working conditions, you can now listen to music and have good filtered air pump through to your face.
Okay.
Okay.
However-
Directly to your face.
Wow. You can
Very-
also,
that's it.
You can also be
That's-
Bane.
You
Yeah,
can
that's
also yeah.
Okay.
So and that piece like just sticks on.
We're
It is very
actively
clunky.
Googling right now. Well, yeah.
We're-
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
is.
would imagine these could have been a hot commodity during COVID-19.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Mhm. Yeah.
That looks
So
like
what happened
Yeah.
was they saw COVID and said, "Oh, this is what we should have made when it happened."
this is what we should have made in 2019.
yes.
that looks like.
and if we had made this
the
in
Office guy.
2019, we would have
BJ,
Novak.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
but I don't think it is.
Well,
know.
go all the way up.
Wow.
That guy looks like
That is-
Marcus Brownlee.
That is quite the. You need to Google this if you're not.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this is quite the thing.
So that's the first.
I mean, it looks like. Well,
I
oh, man.
I can't get behind
Okay.
it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have
No,
to
it's-
stop googling this.
It's weird, and
Yeah.
it doesn't work that well either.
Yeah.
So
So then now they're just making headphones. But it's
Yeah.
like in honestly, my first reaction was like, why would I buy Dyson headphones? But then I thought this is a genius cross brand, and here's
Oh,
why.
for sure.
Because if you're like a janitorial company, you know what I mean?
Oh, you're
you,
using-
you might have Dyson vacuums anyways. Like
Yeah.
like I would say that's been the norm in the cleaning companies that I've used at churches through the years. A lot
I
of
bet
them
that's
come
what
in
it
with
is.
Dysons.
That's got to be what it is.
brand
You know,
loyalty.
and so then you're also selling the noise canceling headphones.
Yeah,
you
I
know.
mean, well, and right now we're
Yeah.
in a place in our society where quality is sacrificed for convenience.
Right.
So anybody can make a pair of convenient headphones
Right.
without having to make a pair of quality headphones.
Exactly.
That's why Apple products are unbelievably high. I mean, they saw the AirPod Pros,
Yeah.
or I think that's what they're called,
Represent.
and they're like, "Oh, we can do that and charge an insane amount of money too."
Yeah. Yeah.
And they can. And they're probably
And that's it. They're about the same price, I think, as an AirPod Pro.
Yeah.
Or AirPod. I'm sorry, AirPod Max. Pros. Are the in-ear ones,
yeah.
AirPod Max.
Yeah. Maxes.
And so, yeah, they're about the same price. But yeah, it's wild. It's wild to think about the different cross branding things, and then you look at all these companies, right?
Who have
that
been
do-
doing it for years.
Yeah, and so we were talking about before we hit the button. Zach and I were talking about. He said Mitsubishi, which makes cars and TVs, and I said Yamaha,
'cause
which
they make
makes
everything.
pianos and motorcycles.
And jet skis.
Yeah, have
And,
you
uh,
seen? There's actually
headphones
like a
Oh, their jet skis are good.
a comedy TikTok account that did Yamaha's like their business pitch the
Oh,
other day,
man.
and it was so funny. They were like motors, okay, good, I like motors, and they were like going through the whole list of like all of these different engines and like ATVs and motorcycles, and then the guy was like, and pianos, trumpets,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
everything.
Do they make guitars too?
They do
Yeah,
make
oh yeah,
guitars
they
too.
make and is it the Pacifico?
Pacifica, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
Oh, that one
the,
is cool.
It's like
That one
the
is cool.
starter guitar.
so
Yeah.
that's the thing that blows me away is
Yeah.
not only do they make them, but they make them
they make
well.
really good ones.
What? Yeah.
Yeah,
Like jet skis are great.
yeah.
I grew up on Yamaha jet
Yeah.
skis.
We have somebody in the church who has just exclusively
They're-
Yamaha stuff.
The newer Yamaha acoustic guitars, I think, are some of the best budget guitars you can buy.
Mhm.
They're really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just blows my mind, like, to see all the crazy.
The Mitsubishi one's weird to me
Mitsubishi,
always because
man.
my grandparents had a Mitsubishi for a while. And
Yeah, TV or car.
they had a car.
Yeah,
They had a car. They might have had the
This is
Mitsubishi
the first
TV,
time
but-
finding out that
Yeah.
Mitsubishi makes TVs.
they make all kinds of stuff.
That's
They're another
crazy.
big conglomerate.
Yeah.
you know, yeah. So Yamaha,
Or-
I think, also owns JBL. They also own Line 6.
They
like,
do?
Like all of that stuff.
That really?
Weird.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So
I don't know how motorcycles are para to musical instruments though, unless you're a rock star and you need to ride
Yeah.
a jet ski while.
What it is it's
I mean,
these
even speakers.
it's these giant mega corporations that end up buying out other brands. You know what I mean?
Then just continuing
And-
in with that brand. was
Yeah,
in.
right. But instead of continuing the brand name, they put it under their own brand name. So
yeah.
yeah, but it's crazy to see that stuff.
Oh man. All right. You ready for this? So my
Okay.
dad worked for Clorox
Okay.
company
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah.
Clorox makes Clorox wipes. They also own Glad.
Yeah.
They also own Hidden Valley Ranch.
I thought that
well,
Hidden Valley
P&G.
tasted like
Procter and
bleach.
Gamble is like
oh yeah,
Procter and Gamble,
Gamble.
is crazy. big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They make so much stuff.
Yeah.
They own also Kingsford Charcoal.
Nice.
So
Nice.
there's one other that I'm not.
They own all the good
remembering.
brands.
Yeah. Oh, Brita as well.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
very fancy.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Or is that Kellogg?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
So like it's kind of crazy. It is crazy to think about so many things that are brands, the difference between a brand and a company.
yeah.
You know, like everything there are huge conglomerates that we don't even think
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, so I love there's a series on like the History Channel. I think it's History. It could be Discovery. I don't know. They're the same thing, aren't they?
Yeah.
But anyways, it's the brands that built America.
Oh.
And it is so intriguing to watch. Like kind of the genesis of some of the brands, but then
Yeah.
also to see how they end up in these big conglomerates and stuff. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
So,
That's wild.
uh-huh.
Yeah. What a weird thing for Dyson to make headphones though, to circle back around.
Yeah, yeah.
O-
Yeah.
other than if it's just for maintenance people who use their vacuums.
Like that's
But like they
what
jumped
it
into the
feels like.
fan market because they're like, I don't know, we make these things that
I'm-
suck. Let's
I'm-
make things that.
I'm guessing industrial. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they've probably got a good lever in the industrial marketplace,
Mm.
but it's one of those weird things that I saw marketed direct to consumer that I thought I would never think about buying headphones from Dyson.
Like high quality audio
Even if
from
I-
a.
Oh, they're not that.
I was going to say, are they even high quality? Like
They're-
that's
I
the
mean,
question.
yeah.
I mean, if you're looking for high quality audio, I guess that's where I'm
The
going. Are you
convenience
looking at Dyson? Or are you
and
looking at
comfortability, like because there is a difference between Apple's not making high quality audio,
yeah, yeah,
and even Beats is not making high quality audio.
Yeah.
They're making something that's comfortable and convenient,
yeah.
and Apple specifically is doing ecosystems.
Yeah. Beats.
products.
So Beats was going after brand recognition. Like they were really
For a
hitting.
long time.
Yeah, especially your age group. Really,
Oh
they were
my
hitting you guys like
goodness.
crazy. Which is why Apple acquired them.
Mhm.
Apple stuff, if you have Apple products, is about the highest quality you can get because they so lock down all of the stuff on their phones. But if you don't have an Apple phone, they're not necessarily the highest quality because they don't have all of the features that do all of that.
Yeah,
So-
like somebody who doesn't own an iPhone would never buy AirPods.
yeah. Why would you? I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, you don't have AirPods. Like
I don't.
Candidly, you don't have AirPods.
I don't have them
Yeah.
either.
I don't. I actually
Yeah.
have. It's actually interesting. I have these. I
Yeah.
have Raycons. Which
Yeah.
Oh man,
which-
don't get me started.
It's okay. They're good. I use them
They're
for
good
mowing and
enough.
I use them for
They're-
like when I need
yeah.
to listen to stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But these broke, and then
Uh-huh.
like the case came apart inside, and I glued them back together, thinking like I'll just get them by for a little bit longer. And then I bought another pair because I was like, these are definitely on their way out,
Yeah.
and they haven't broken. again.
Nice.
So they've been
Nice.
working for
Yeah.
a while. So
I
yeah, they're
can't
good.
I can't afford to buy those nice ear pods because I lose them
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah.
Which those are tracked though, right? They've got GPS.
So they do. Yeah, they have GPS
Trackers,
tracking and
which
stuff
that's-
now.
That's kind of cool.
Is that GPS or is it like AirPod or Air Tag?
It's like
tracking?
AirTag
Cool.
tracking.
Cool.
Yeah, but and they do Find My now.
Mhm.
And so that's really handy,
Hmm.
which if you have an Apple product, you know what Find My is.
Yeah.
But they can't wirelessly charge their mice.
Don't do
I
me.
can't-
So
sorry, I
that's
can't say
that's
that.
really annoying.
Mouse
Also,
pad that
trackpads are better.
charges?
Trackpads for life, baby.
That's true. That's true. True story. Okay, we should talk about tomorrow.
We should.
I mean, yesterday.
we should. Yeah, we
What's
should talk
tomorrow?
about yesterday. Tomorrow's nothing really.
Okay.
It was a flub.
Yeah, we should. I was on the same page with him. We flubbed at the same time.
We should talk about tomorrow.
Yeah. So yesterday, we started.
But yesterday.
Yeah, we started a new series yesterday.
All right.
Yes.
And
I'm so. Oh man,
it'll never work.
it'll never work.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about this
Uh-huh.
series.
The bumper videos.
Oh man,
Dude, the bumper was great.
Dude.
By the way, let's give Zach Pittman a round of applause for that bumper video.
Oh man, thank you. Thank you.
So yeah,
I
it
was
worked
just
really
more
well.
amused that it actually worked because it felt impossible when I was making it.
Yeah.
Ironically.
It's
I was like, no way.
It set up the series like I could see from my vantage point, people were like, "Oh, that's what the series is going to be about."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's-
Airplanes or
no, like
okay.
It's never gonna work.
like
Yeah.
things that just seemed impossible but aren't.
Yeah.
You know?
And you guys will get the inside scoop here, but like each week it's going to be something different, and so
Ooh.
it'll take them about 3 weeks to figure out that
And then we'll
it's
stop
something
doing
different,
it.
and then it'll stop, and it'll be perfect. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
so yeah, so I've got my plate full this week, trying to figure out what I'm going to do next.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
so, all
man.
right,
That's
if that's
too
not a
funny.
look behind the curtain, then I don't know what is.
Yeah, right.
But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, it's good. We're talking, and really what we're talking about in this series is community. Like we really set it up yesterday with Acts 2 and just talking about like
Man.
this impossible community that honestly I believe that if we were all truthful, we want community like that.
Mhm.
Like we desire significant relationships. I believe even if you're a person who's like, I'm introverted and I don't want to be around a lot of people, I get that, but you still want real relationships. Like in fact, you probably value them more than an extrovert.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
extroverts are good with single dose friendships, but like you want authentic conversation, like things that
Yeah.
matter. And so we were talking about that yesterday, and just how over all of your discipleship, like we exist to help people take their next step with Jesus, but like community really fuels that. Like it really ramps up the fire that burns, that pushes you towards next
Mhm.
steps.
we were talking
Yeah.
about, I don't know who I was talking about
Mhm.
this with, but just since yesterday, but about how like the life group that you're in when you're having kids is just like this iconic thing, and I feel like we kind of have that now a little bit, even
Yeah.
though we're a little bit past that, and we didn't have a life group whenever we were like actually having our kids.
Yeah.
So so just to be able to look at the people that I'm in life group with now and be like these are those
Yeah.
people, to
Yeah.
me is kind of cool. And so
Yeah.
not that you're gonna miss out if you are past that stage of life, or
Yeah.
but there's something to that where your kids, like last night I think we almost had a few injuries, and with life group starting, and some people
did we
almost got
plan
run
that
over
on purpose?
Yeah.
a dune buggy.
Playing
that
what
we
on
have.
purpose?
The start of groups on the start of this series.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
It's
we
all-
had.
It's almost
Man.
like everything I do is intentional.
Oh man. Oh,
It's almost like I sit down and I plan a sermon calendar for a year, and I put specific dates on that calendar before I start putting series
Yeah, I
down.
hear that. I hear that.
Do I need to pause this for a second? And then we can,
no. Anyways,
But yeah, it was good though. But those are the times like that you remember, is when stuff was
Yeah.
a little bit out of control and
Yeah.
a little bit past your comfort zone.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, it's always good, man. One of our members last night in my group was talking about she's a single person, and just you kind of at the end of the school year, you do kind of get to a point where you're like, okay, I'm excited to maybe have a break for a little bit from a few things, and it's okay that life groups are kind of ending right now. And she went into the summer with that mindset, but then just how much she missed it because it wasn't an active community experience once a week that she then was missing out on.
Yeah.
I would say I even kind of need that weekly like
Mm-hmm.
what do you call it, like not on call, just the weekly thing that's always planned,
Yeah.
and to keep some of those things like going. And so when you see those people, you end up thinking about them through the week.
Yeah.
And then when you see them on Sunday,
Yeah.
you get to check in on stuff, and
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing, that you have a standing order for a group of people.
It almost puts pressure on you, I think, in a good way, to be mindful about other people, because like you share prayer requests and then you will actively see them again in a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and so you're kind of confronted with this. I need to check on them. Like I need to see how they're doing,
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I mean, I'll say, as the single person,
Yeah.
man, I didn't even realize how much I'd missed
Yeah.
small groups until tonight, because as somebody who is, I mean, I don't think I've been a part of small groups really on I have a little bit in college, but not on a level like this.
Yeah.
And so it has been really cool to see. And we had an amazing, because we're mostly made of single people,
Yeah,
and
your
so
group,
yeah, being a part of the young adults group, and I had a few people who are young adults come up to me after the sermon yesterday and was asking about groups and two as well.
Yeah.
And so, I think it is really amazing. And I think, you laid out a spectrum
Yeah.
during your sermon of a small group experience, and you leveled and you managed people's expectations.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was kind of real for me, because I think, for me getting into a new group, it was a little awkward at first.
Oh, yeah.
And, like just,
It probably is every time.
yeah.
For everybody.
Yeah.
It's I would say this, it's not dissimilar. Joining a group for the first time is not dissimilar to visiting a church for the first time.
Yeah.
All of the perception and pressure and questions and anxiety and all of that stuff is there.
Yeah.
And then just like with the church congregation, like I always say, give us a few weeks and see if we're a good fit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't say no on the first day.
You can't say no on the first day. You also can't say yes on the first day.
Yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean?
true.
Like anybody can hit a home run accidentally, and anybody can get out accidentally. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that just happens.
Yeah.
So give it a few weeks and see if it's a fit. But that same thing is true in life groups. Like you may join a group, and we may put you in a group that we think on paper, this group looks like a really good fit for this person or these people, whatever. And then in practice, it's not, and that's okay. Try another one,
Yeah.
and whatever. Like I've never had hard feelings about someone who like tries out my life group, and they're like, this isn't the right fit for me, and whatever, and they go try another one. Like that's great.
This gets harder as you get older, but whenever you
Mhm.
like when I went to Ozark, they were pairing people up for roommates, and so you're like
Oh,
going
man.
from stranger to immediate close,
Yeah.
like living
Proximity,
quarters,
yeah.
proximity, and so
And sometimes you look forward to semester break so that you could change that up.
yeah. But something that they would always encourage you to do is just to stay with that person
Yeah.
until like there was a easier like splitting point, and like I think that's a good, not a spiritual discipline, but a good practice in itself. And so if you find yourself in that place with a group, it may grow on you, like that person you were talking about.
Yeah.
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 Or you may just be like, I endured this and it was tough, and I'm glad that I made it through, and now I'm going to go to another group, and and that's okay too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you'll
Yeah.
grow through those experiences,
Yeah.
and I think
Yeah.
that's important.
Man, and when I started, like just after last night, I went home and I was like, man, I love this group.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And if you are struggling with a group, the other thing I would say is sometimes it's about like having one other person or it's about having one other person or couple that you connect with. You know what I mean? And so sometimes it can be, if the group has space in it, maybe it's not leave this group. Maybe it's invite in.
Yeah.
Like invite in somebody that'll help make a
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
One really good one really good couple that you love or one really good friend that you love into a group can change the whole dynamic of the group for you, the whole experience. You know, the same way that the wrong personality, one really wrong personality for a group can change it negatively. You know what I mean? And so
yeah, we've got a lot of people that are maybe on the cusp of, like, you kind of made a call for, like, hey, you may be looking for a group, and a lot of our groups that are going are full. Yeah. And so you may have to be okay with, I don't know your exact words there. You may have to be okay with either hosting or like or
just host a group, like,
or starting a group.
Yeah.
And the way that ours actually started, we had some fear from some of the people that we started with that it was just people weren't gonna be committed and we were just gonna break. And so they tried to find specific people who they could count on. And I think if you know one other person that you can count on to have a pretty good schedule and be reliable, that's like enough to start a group, and then you can bring people into your consistency.
My favorite weeks of group are the weeks that it's the smallest. I mean, honestly,
dude.
And it doesn't really matter who's the small group, the smallest of the small group that's there. Like, but those are my favorite weeks because those are the weeks when you're able to, like, really have a conversation with everybody there. Yeah. Really, you know what I mean? Like, those are always my favorite weeks. And so, you know, if you have another couple or couple couples, or if you have, you know, 3 or 4 friends, like a group of 5 or 6, dude, that's powerful.
Have you had it where no one can show up except for you plus another like couple or something?
Yeah, and then we just play
cool
games
too. Yeah, it's like you just do something.
Yeah, we're gonna play cards tonight.
Fun.
Hang out, you know, drink some Dr. Pepper.
There you go.
That's happened to us a couple times.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, no one can make it, but like us, do you guys still want to come over? And so then it's just this cool, like, intentional time that you get to have. So
and again, those are great weeks, you know, and there's value that happens just in spending time with other believers, even if you don't think that you're talking about spiritual things, you know. And whatever, there's just value there. So, but yeah, that was the thing yesterday. I was really trying to push people into groups and just share some of my experience with groups and stuff. And so, you know, I do hope. I really like statistically, I know that there's a percentage of people who, you know, would say that I don't want to be in groups, but I really want 100% of people in groups.
Yeah.
Like I know that there's value in groups for 100% of people who come here. I know that there is. And it's possible to do that. It's just about setting your priorities as such that you do.
There's an aspect of it that is like, to be known, you can't just say hi to people on Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
And like, whatever, I don't know, you need to be known by someone, and like for us, like when we're in groups, I don't know, hopefully the people who we're in groups with, you know, understand this, but like I think I let my guards down a lot in that group, and that's important for me to do as a minister. And so I think that's a place where you can just let your guard down, and sometimes you may not feel that way every week, but hopefully you get to a point where you're like, these people, I trust them, and, you know, they have my best in mind, and then those become your tribe of people that exist within this Capital West ecosystem, and, you know, helps their symbiotic, the main service and life groups. So,
for sure,
it's super cool.
Cool. Well, guys, we probably need to get trekking to our next thing.
Yeah, man, it is Monday.
It was good to hang out. It's been a few weeks, so we're trying to do it as regular as we can right now. Just life is in the way. So, all right, we'll see you all later.
See you guys.
See you later.